Welcome to the WWE Cup Series Season 6. We're at Martinsville Speedway for race number 3. After 2 races, Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. are tied for the points lead, and Jeff Gordon comes to Martinsville, one of his favorite tracks. Let's look at our starting lineup. On the pole is Tony Stewart and Jimmy Johnson. And then in row 2 we have Brad Keselowski and Jeff Gordon. Then we have Ryan Newman and Joey Logano in row 3, along with Casey Kane and Kevin Harvick in row 4. Rounding out the top 10, we have Carl Edwards and Danica Patrick. And then row 6, we have Denny Hamlin and David Reagan in the 34. And then we have rookie Chase Elliott along with Austin Dillon. And then we have Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Greg Biffle. And then we have the 41 of Kurt Busch, our race 2 winner, and his brother Kyle Busch. And then we have Jamie McMurray in the 1 and Trevor Bayne in the 6, along with Matt Kenseth in the 20 and Eric Almirola in the 43. And then we have AJ Allmendinger and Kyle Larson, along with Paul Menard and Casey Mears. And then we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Clint Boyer rounding it out. And so there's your starting lineup. Here's our race info. It's a 12-lap race around this short track. And we have 28 cars, as we've had all season. And we're ready to get race 3 started. Green flag is in the air here for Tony Stewart, who leads us to the green for the first time. And we are underway here at Martinsville. Stewart leads that inside lane, which is always the preferred line on these restarts, but Jimmy Johnson giving a good battle as now Brad Keselowski gives Stewart a nudge, but Stewart's going to clear Jimmy and lead lap 1. We're on to lap 2. Johnson goes for the lead. Oh, and Keselowski goes around and spins out in turn 1. And we already have a caution, our first one of the day, on lap 2 as 3rd place. Brad Keselowski gets loose heading into turn 1, wheel hops it, gets into Jeff Gordon just a little bit and ends up spinning out. Look on board with him. Yeah, he just completely spun out and slammed into that outside wall. Damage on the 2 car. He'll be out of the race already. So we just started. We already got some early race trouble, but we'll restart. Jimmy Johnson had just taken over the lead right before that caution. He leads us to the green. He clears the Tony Stewart for the lead. Stewart falls back to 3rd, and now he's strung out on that outside lane a little bit as Jeff Gordon moves into 2nd, and now Ryan Newman tries to take the 3rd spot, and he will. Up front, it's Hendrick teammates. Jimmy Johnson trying to block Jeff Gordon. Gordon's going to give him a little bump and run heading into 3 and 4, and will clear Jimmy for the lead. Jeff Gordon is your new leader here on lap 6. And both those drivers have had a lot of success in their careers at this track, so it should be a good battle between the two of them today. Joey Logano's trying to get underneath Newman for 3rd, and he will. Stewart's in 4th. We got trouble in the backstretch. Eric Almirola, Kyle Larson, and Clint Boyer spin out on their way into turn 3. And we have our 2nd caution of the day out on lap number 7, just past halfway. And what happened there? It looked like Almirola moved up into Allmendinger, who got significant damage as well in this. And then Boyer and Larson nowhere to go. And yeah, you see Allmendinger heading to the garage with a lot of damage on the right side of his car, as we got 4 more guys out of the race. But everyone else will restart here on lap number 9. We have 4 laps to go. The Hendrick teammates are leading it in row 1. Green flag is back out with 4 to go. And now you got Carl Edwards, Denny Hamlin trying to make it 3 wide. Kane got strung out. Up front, though, it's Jeff Gordon going to continue to lead over Johnson. Logano trying to move back into 3rd. Carl Edwards is now up into 5th. Contact between the leaders heading into 1. Oh, and now they spin around. Jimmy Johnson collects Jeff Gordon, and both of them are in the outside wall. And our 3rd caution of the day is out as the leaders. The 2 most dominant cars of the day, including our points leader Jeff Gordon, have now crashed heading into turn 1. And you can see what happened there. It looked like Gordon came into Johnson trying to block, and it might have cut a tire down on Jimmy Johnson's car. His right front was smoking pretty heavily as he got into the turn and must have just overshot it. Didn't have any grip left in that tire and took out Jeff Gordon. That's a tough break because both those cars clearly were the dominant ones all day. And yeah, people are not happy with this turn of events. Still, everyone else is going to get ready to restart here with a green-white checkered at Martinsville. We have 3 attempts. Joey Logano now has assumed the lead for the first time today. Ryan Newman is in 2nd. You see Carl Edwards is 3rd. Our pole sitter Stewart will be 4th. And those are the guys on the inside lane. Better keep an eye out for them on this restart because that's always the preferred lane. 2 laps to go. Green flag is in the air for Joey Logano. Logano leads. You saw Edwards put a block on Hamlin. Ryan Newman going to fight back on that outside, though. This is a tough task, but if he can get it done, it'll be impressive. Logano, though, is going to try and clear him, and he will off of 4. White flag is in the air. Carl Edwards has moved into 2nd. Denny Hamlin is in 4th. Edwards going to look to the inside of Logano now. He puts a block on Newman, heading into 3 and 4. Contact! Newman gets Edwards 4 wide out of turn 4, but no one's going to catch Carl Edwards. He comes out of nowhere and steals the victory here at Martinsville. And race number 3 is in the books. We got a car around now in turn 3 and 4. That's Danica Patrick. We'll see what happened to her really quick as Carl Edwards wins the race on craziness. But you saw what happened there to Danica. She got turned heading into 3. Look at that. Newman gives Edwards a nudge. Poor Joey Logano got shoved to the outside on 4 wide, and I'm surprised nobody wrecked here. You saw some contact. But wow, impressive by Carl Edwards to steal this win as he comes from behind late and celebrates with a backflip here at Martinsville. So congratulations to Carl Edwards in the 19, his first win in the W Cup Series for Joe Gibbs Racing. Let's look at our top 5. First was Carl Edwards, thanks to all his sponsors. Second place was Ryan Newman, who gets a good finish, a much needed good finish today. Third was Joey Logano, who also, with a strong run, is going to get back into the points hunt. Fourth was Casey Kane, who quietly had a really solid day and got a top 5. Fifth was our pole sitter, Tony Stewart, who fell back early but did a good job of hanging in there for a top 5. So there was your top 5. Here are your total results. Denny Hamlin finished 6th. Kevin Harvick 7th. All those guys were involved in that last lap kind of scrum, I guess. Kevin Harvick with the top 10 today will definitely help him in the points. We'll look at that in a second. A couple of Gibbs cars, Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. came into today as tied for the points lead. He finished 17th, really wasn't a factor. And you see 21st to 28th there, they were all involved in wrecks. Let's look at our point standings. As you can see, Kevin Harvick has now assumed the points lead, and we have a 3-way tie for second, all only 1 point back. This is probably the tightest the W Cup Series points has ever been right now, as you see how close everyone is. And remember, after the first 9 races of this season, whoever is in the top 4 in points will advance to the championship race, which will be race 10. So it's all about getting one of those top 4 spots, and we got a really tight battle up front here. So now you've seen our point standings, and you've seen the race. Thank you for watching race number 3 from Martinsville. Race 4 will be coming soon from Charlotte in a couple weeks. Summer is finally here, so more time for races, more time for you watching the races, I hope. And congratulations to Carl Edwards again. I'll see you guys in race 4.